He was born with nothing but a name. Not even that name survived the fire. Before he became Magneto, before the helmet, the speeches, the fear, he was simply Erik, a child with his hand outstretched through barbed wire, watching his mother disappear into the smoke of history. He did not begin as a villain. He began as a memory that the world tried to erase. Erik Lehnsherr was born in Germany during the rise of the Third Reich. As a boy, he was separated from his family and thrown into a camp where human life had no value and difference was a death sentence. It was there, among ash and iron, that his powers emerged, not in triumph, but in desperation. Metal bent around him, but it was his will that hardened first. He was told to kneel. He didn't. Years later, the world changed its mask. The Nazis were gone, but fear remained. Only now it was dressed in suits and science, and it called itself progress. When mutants began to emerge, humanity responded with the same fear it had shown for centuries. Containment, surveillance, extermination disguised as regulation. Erik had seen this story before. He knew how it ended, so he chose to end it on his terms. Enter Magneto, the name he chose when the world had taken everything else. To some, he was a terrorist. To others, a revolutionary. To himself, he was simply a man who refused to be a victim again. Where Charles Xavier spoke of harmony, Magneto spoke of power. Where the X-Men trained for coexistence, the Brotherhood prepared for survival. He didn't believe in war. He believed in inevitability. In his eyes, peace was a lull between massacres. But Magneto was not mindless. He was a scholar, a father, a man who grieved deeply, even for those who feared him. He built Genosha, a nation for mutants, free from human interference, a dream born from pain, a refuge until it was slaughtered. 16 million mutants. Gone. Magneto had tried peace. The world had answered. So when he raised Asteroid M above the Earth, when he tore submarines from the sea, when he threatened extinction to those who spoke in whispers of mutant containment, it wasn't madness, it was mourning. Mourning turned to armor, armor turned to legend. So is he a monster? That depends on your definition of a monster. Magneto never sought to conquer Earth. He only wanted it to stop destroying his kind. He never demanded loyalty, only that no mutant would ever kneel again. To the governments who feared his power, he was a tyrant. To the children born with wings, scales, or second sight, he was hope. But the truth, the uncomfortable truth, is that Magneto wasn't a monster or a messiah. He was a mirror. He showed us what any of us might become. When the world teaches us that kindness is weakness and fear is law, Magneto was not created by his powers. He was created by the world that hated him for having them. He does not ask for your understanding, only your memory. Remember the boy behind the wire, and remember what happens when we forget.